Hi there. So this will be a quick review of the Lucero LC100-S. This is one of my less expensive instruments, one of my practice instruments, and I bought it a couple years ago. I spent about $200 on it, and I'd like to do a very quick review on it. The top, this is a full size. It's full size nylon string, classical full size. Top is solid spruce. The back and sides are mahogany, laminated mahogany. The neck is mahogany. The fingerboard is rosewood, and the bridge is also rosewood. Now, what I've done to this guitar, which is something I do to all my guitars, no matter what price they are, I changed the saddle back here and the saddle up here with bone. That seems to help at least a little bit, and that's the only thing I did to the guitar. There are fret markers in case that's something that you are looking for. Most of my guitars don't have fret markers. This one does. Some things I like about it: it's cheap, it's inexpensive. $200 for a solid top guitar is pretty decent in my opinion. It's very cleanly built. You know, sometimes when you buy an inexpensive guitar, an expensive acoustic or classical guitar, it'll have imperfections throughout, like in the finish, in the joints, in the gluing will be imperfect. This looks immaculate. It looks really clean. It's very well put together. It kind of looks like a more expensive instrument, the way that the neck is joined here and the wood itself. It just looks really nice. I gotta say that for a couple $100, the looks of it are really, really well above average. I also like the volume of it. It's pretty loud. It gets pretty loud if you want it to. And that solid top will make it project really well, and it will also increase the quality of the sound at least a little bit. Some things that I wasn't crazy about. The tuners are okay. They're working properly, except that they kind of get stuck here and there. A couple of the tuners are not really cooperating with you, especially when you change the strings. You'll notice that it's going to be harder to turn them. So I just use a winder, so it's a little bit easier that way. But when you have to tune by hand, I think it's the D tuner over here. It's kind of stubborn and it doesn't really want to move. Other than that, I would say that the sound is a little bit glassy. I don't know how to describe it better. Sounds a little bit glassy to me. It doesn't have enough depth. That could be because it's a spruce top guitar, even though I do have other spruce top guitars. But this one seems to have a sort of a glassy sound where, I don't know if that carries through into the microphone. It has a nice deep bass, but the trebles seem a little bit glassy to me, almost a little bit superficial. When you play rest strokes, it seems to be okay. But when you play free strokes, it seems a little bit faint, a little bit glassy, a little bit almost artificial. So I wasn't crazy about that. So what I use this guitar for, what I end up using it for, is a lot of my practicing my etudes. I'm practicing a lot of sight reading. I like to do a lot of sight reading. So I don't use my more expensive guitars for that. I dropped it once. It has a little chip there. So I use this for my daily practice of just my daily routine when I practice my scales or etudes or a lot of sight reading. So yeah, that's what I use it for. So anyways, this is the Lucero LC100-S. I bought it from Guitar Center, like I said, a couple years ago. I don't think they make this model any longer. I think it's a discontinued model, and I think they have a little bit of a better instrument with a solid top. I think they moved up to the LC200s, if I'm not mistaken. And if I come across any of those, I'll make sure to review them. If you find this, I would recommend it for, you know, $150, a couple $100. It's really decent sounding, very sturdy, very good looking, and just a couple of things that you might not be crazy about. But other than that, this is a really solid purchase, I think. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video, and see you in the next one. Have a nice day.